Xbox E3 2019 conference. This was an amazing conference. One of my favorites this year. Just like last year, Xbox truly went above and beyond with their conference. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
And I gotta say, once again, PlayStation truly, I feel, in my opinion, shot themselves in the foot not being there this year. Because it allowed Xbox to truly take the stage, and definitely get a foot up against when it comes to the PlayStation versus Xbox race, if you will. As far as we're concerned, we play all the consoles, so for us, it doesn't matter because we own and play on everything.
Exactly.
So for us, it doesn't. But for those of you that are console specific, maybe this matters to you. Now I know PlayStation will be doing some form of a conference later on, but it still would have been nice for them to have a presence. Presence is important at E3. And even though Nintendo doesn't have a conference anymore, they at least make sure to have an E3 Direct, and then Treehouse actually is at E3. Mm-hmm. So Nintendo still has a presence at E3. So I don't know. But we're not here to talk about PlayStation or anything. We're here to talk about Xbox. This was an amazing conference. Again, I have to say it because it was amazing. Now, for those of you that are just joining us, I just want to mention we aren't going to be covering every single thing that was dropped because there were over 60 games. The new PlayStation, new hardware, new new things within Xbox. So there was a lot. This was a long conference. If you'd like, go check it out. It's all over YouTube. It's all over Twitch, honestly. You can find the conference if you want to watch and see everything that was mentioned here. Or everything that was mentioned there. Here, we're going to be spotlighting things that caught our eye, that interest us, that really stood out to us. And if we missed anything and you'd like to talk about that, feel free to comment below. If it's a game, if it's a moment, anything, we'd love to hear from you. You can feel free. If it's an important moment to you, it should be important to this video as well. So let everybody in the community know in the comments below what you thought about something maybe we didn't talk about. Or maybe you want to share your thoughts on something we do talk about. That's what the comment section is for. So let's get started. And we're going to start off with actually the first game. The opening of the Microsoft Xbox E3 conference was The Outer Worlds. At first I thought it was one game. I could have sworn it was one game. And then it just turned out to be a game that I completely had no clue about. It's an Xbox exclusive game. And it looked interesting. So actually, after watching the trailer and a little bit about the game, I actually got interested and decided to pre-order it. You saw that, I'm sure.
I did see that one, yes.
It was interesting, right?
As they explain more about it, that is, it looked interesting.
It definitely looked interesting. Moving along from that, there was, now I know you didn't like this, the Blair Witch. The next horror game. It looks like a cool mix between Outlast and maybe Resident Evil a little bit.
I don't know. I just wasn't a big Blair Witch fan of movies. I mean, I did see the symbol when they zoomed out saying, oh, that's a Blair Witch, but I don't know really about this. I was kind of not so fond of, I mean, it looks scary, yeah, but I don't know. I was just like a 50-50 with it.
Well, I probably won't be getting a physical copy of Blair Witch because I'm going to be explaining that as we move forward in the conference. So let's keep that in mind for now when it comes to Blair Witch. But then we get to one of the spotlights of the show. Cyberpunk 2077. We got a trailer. We got some in-game cinematics. And then we got introduced to the next cast member that is going to be joining the game. Voice and model and presence at E3, it was Keanu Reeves. They showed him in game. He showed up on the E3 stage. Did a shit. Everybody went nuts.
They did.
Everybody went crazy.
I mean, Keanu Reeves is like really like a huge movie star today.
He gives a little promo for the game. Obviously, something they gave him to remember and to say. And then he tells everyone what the release date is. March 2020.
And he made sure to leave that stage after he's like, oh yeah, I'm leaving.
Because you don't want anybody to be mad. But I don't think anyone was mad. Cyberpunk looks amazing. We had it pre-ordered since last year. Yeah. We did have it pre-ordered since last year. I mean, I was interested once the title was released. So we had it pre-ordered. The addition of Keanu Reeves doesn't change the fact that we have it pre-ordered. But it makes me look forward to it a little bit more. I will say that much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now we're getting into what I was talking about when I was talking about Blair Witch. Later on in the conference, they started talking about the Xbox Game Pass. Now, the Game Pass has been around for about a year now, and for those of you that don't know about the Game Pass allows you, or it basically, at $10 a month, you get access to a bunch of older and newer Xbox games. You get an archive of games, all accessible, all for $10 a month, and then on top of that, a certain amount of new games each and every month, whether they be indie or mainstream games. You get access to those games as well. Last year, Sea of Thieves was one of the huge games that at launch was available through the Game Pass. I want to say for free, but it's not, because the Game Pass is $10 a month. But it was a new game that was accessible through the Game Pass. Now, this year at E3, they mentioned that the Game Pass was now going from just the the Xbox console over to PC. The beta started yesterday, when the conference was. And then, and this is where we came in and went, really, it's $10 on Xbox for the Game Pass. It's $10 now for the beta and for the PC. But if you want the entire package, the Game Pass for Xbox, for PC, and bundled with Xbox Gold for $15 a month, you can get all of that. And if you bought it, or if you subscribe this month, you only pay $1. Even if you cancel next month, you are only paying $1 for the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. And that was the only incentive we needed to actually cave and get the Game Pass. Now we won't be doing our Xbox Live and game, like we didn't want to get the Game Pass because we were doing live. You know, we do the 3 months normally, so it's 25 every 3 months, and we didn't want to add an extra 30 on top of that, or every other month, $10 for $5 more a month. For $15 a month, we're getting everything. We never have to worry about getting those $25 3 months anymore. And we finally get access to the huge library in the Xbox Game Pass, along with day one access to a lot of the newer games, especially the ones that are Xbox exclusive. Mm-hmm. And that's where Blair Witch comes in, because it will be accessible to anyone who has Game Pass day of release.
Yep.
And that's how I'm going to be playing a lot of Xbox games, or testing them out to see if I really like them. And then if I like them, if I want to support the game further, I'll go out and buy the physical copy. But that was all we needed. I'm really happy with it. We did a little bit of the math before we did this video, and it still equals out to the same thing whether you buy... I could talk. Whether you buy the Game Pass and Xbox Live, whether you buy Xbox Live for a year and the Game Pass $10 a month, or if you just do the $15 a month, it still kind of equals out to the same. But with this $1 for the first introductory month, at least for the first year, you're basically getting a month steal, which is really good. And I'm sure there'll be deals and stuff in between, and I'm sure there will be, especially to keep people into the Ultimate, they're going to throw other things in. And that's what I'm truly waiting on, to see if having this Game Pass Ultimate not only giving us Xbox Live Gold, if there will be other benefits, especially when... and we'll talk about this towards the end of the video, when the new console comes out. Exactly. If there might be extra benefits from that. But that was huge. And yes, day of, we ended up switching our gold membership over to the Game Pass Ultimate. So our Xbox is good to go. We just need an external memory, a memory drive now to hold all the games that I'd love to try out from the Game Pass. I personally think it's worth it. I am dying here.
A little bit of coffee to keep you good and awake.
Yep. Now, I don't know if you felt this game was interesting to you. Again, it has access to day one with the Game Pass. The flight simulator. Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Now,
it looked cool.
I liked the whole thing, like, where you're flying and doing certain missions, but it's not just an airplane. There was also
helicopter,
a helicopter and the different things, and then going into different places. And I really thought that it really brought the graphics out of, like, if you're actually flying a plane up or if you're landing and stuff like that.
I just thought it was great, yeah.
I really didn't think it was going to be... Because when I first heard about it, I'm, like, saying, oh, is it going to be like, But actually, I was really surprised by it, and I was actually amazed at how it actually looked.
Yeah. Now, I know a lot of people probably aren't into that. I mean, they did do Train Simulator last year, which I was into that as well. I don't know. It stood out to me for some reason, and I wanted to mention it here. And I'll probably end up trying it out on through the Xbox Game Pass. It looks fun. I'm gonna definitely give it a shot. Also mentioned was a new company joining the Xbox family, which is Double Fine, creators of Psychonauts, Brutal Legend.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
And Brutal Legends, among other really awesome games. And with the joining, they brought a game with them, Psychonauts 2. Mm-hmm. And we got another trailer for that. Looks cool. Psychonauts isn't really my thing, but I'm hoping maybe we'll get like a Brutal Legend 2 out of it. I mean, Jack Black.
Actually, yeah, Jack Black was the one that did the whole Brutal Legends, and that was a huge thing that was
I know,
out there.
and he's got the YouTube channel now where he was actually playing a bit of it, talking about it. Never know.
I know.
Could very much
it
be.
was really just amazing, that one.
Next was the next spotlight. Gears of War 5. From a teaser to trailer to battle something to escape. They showed so many different modes off. There's going to be
escape was really something.
Escape is going to be one of my favorite modes, I think. Xavier Woods was there from Up Up Down Down.
And there were two other WWE superstars.
Yep,
also.
yeah. It was AJ Styles and
some other guy. I can't remember what his name was.
Oh my God, Prince Pretty.
Something like
that's what he's called.
Something.
That's what he's called on Up Up Down Down. And that's the only thing that's sticking in my mind is Prince Pretty. But
yeah,
you know who it. We know who it is. You all can check Up Up Down Down and check out that video. But they got a chance to play Escape. Or was it the battle one? They got to play one of them. And the beta is going to be out to test that soon. And as a matter of fact, because we pre-ordered Gears of War, we get access to the betas. And you're darn right, we're going to be playing those betas because that game is going to be off the hook amazing. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling, and I'm excited for Gears of War 5. It was hype. We got so much. There was a huge to do pyros and everything on stage. It was a little bit much, but at the same time it was awesome.
It was very awesome.
So I'm looking forward to Gears of War. If you're an Xbox player, if you play on Xbox, if you're a fan, if you've been on Xbox as long as I have from the 360, from Xbox, but mostly the 360 era is where I mained on Xbox for a while. Gears of War is a staple, just like Halo is a staple. We'll be talking about that as well towards the end. But Gears of War is a really strong staple, and I'm looking forward to it. And in the last part, on part 1, we were talking about Terminator being on Ghost Recon. Terminator is also going to be on Gears 5 if you pre-order Gears 5.
Yes, Terminator is really out
Terminator is out there everywhere. Every time the Terminator movie comes out, he is at least spotlighted in 1 or 2 games, which I'm glad we're getting it in Gears 5. I will say that.
Absolutely.
Fits a little bit more with Gears 5. I don't know if it fits so much with Ghost Recon. But Gears of War looked amazing. I am super excited. They've been teasing it for 2 years now. This is the year it comes out. I believe it's coming out in October.
Yeah, they said somewhere in October.
October. So I'm looking forward to when Gears of War finally drops. I'm looking forward to fourth quarter of this year. There's a lot of really great games in the middle, but the end of the year is where we're going to be getting a lot of big games like Gears of War. Next we have the Elite Controller. Now, I'm not one to go out and say, hey, spend $180 on a controller by any means. Personally, that price in my head, I can buy 3 Xbox normal controllers for that one. However, and the reason it's here that I'm talking about it is definitely something to consider though, because the grips, the change in joysticks, the change in the D-pad, the ability to make 3 different layouts for buttons, the extra triggers in the back, the fact that you now can tighten or loosen the joysticks for whatever game you're playing, the triggers where you can make your trigger instead of having to push it all the way down, you just have to tap it to get some rapid fire. There's some really strong positives to this controller as well. Plus you get a recharge station, 6 different joysticks and pads and everything.
So the evolution of the control of that, just to make our gaming experience much easier and much
more enjoyable and it fit the games more
as well.
So while I'm not going to sit here and tell all of you go spend $180 on this one controller, it's something to consider if it's ever on sale. It's something to consider in general, because especially if you're somebody who likes gaming, likes doing the multiplayer, plays a wide variety of games, and you're looking for that sweet spot controller or that controller that you can modify for whatever game, that's this controller. And a lot of people who weren't really defending or backing the first Elite controller, this is Elite 2. I want to make sure I said 2 because it's the second one. A lot of people who weren't backing the first Elite controller are saying now Elite Controller 2 is something that everyone should consider. And I feel like after watching it, I looked it up, as a matter of fact, that night. It's definitely something to consider. And I've already had it teased. Maybe I'll get it for a Christmas present or something. I hope. But if I don't, I won't cry about it. But at the same time, it is something to consider. It's something I would say look into for sure. It's expensive. By no means am I saying it's, go out there. $180 is definitely worth it for one controller. But if you're looking for that controller that really you can modify and do what you want with, you might want to consider this. You might want to look it up. And definitely if it's on sale, I think I would grab it if the price went down a certain percentage. Just saying, I thought it looked amazing. What about you?
I already said about
No,
it.
I just want to make sure you have nothing else to say about it.
No, that's all I said before about the evolution of the controller.
Okay.
That's all I want to mention.
Dying Light 2. Another game I've had pre-ordered since last year's E3. Finally, we got a release date. It's going to be 2020. Again, another 2020 game. But I'm sure there's good reason behind it. We got to see a little bit more of the game. Not really gameplay as much as we were getting to see the game, period. Looks interesting. Like I said, we've had it pre-ordered, so we're looking forward to it. Again, helps expand teasers for the game a little bit more. It gives us a little bit more of a teaser or more of a trailer.
Or what to expect.
Or what to expect in the game a little bit. You get a little bit of character in there. Not much, but whatever it's worth. It was nice to see it there. I believe Dying Light also was at another conference, but it's shorter as well. Let's see. State of Decay is getting some DLC. State of Decay 2 is getting DLC. I forgot the title of it, but we're getting the first expansion of the game. I believe it's free. I'm not sure. I don't know if it was mentioned in price or whatever, but we're getting an expansion for it. State of Decay 2 was a strong game at launch. I enjoyed it. But as the game wore forward, it started to get, you got to the point where other games were coming out and that game slowly fell lower and lower on the to-do list. With this DLC, I feel like a lot of people will be coming back to State of Decay. I'm hoping to get some friends on it. Honestly, I'm hoping a lot of my friends took advantage of the the Ultimate Game Pass, because State of Decay 2 is part of the Game Pass. Ultimate Game Pass. So hopefully I'll grab some people and I'll be able to do some State of Decay 2. The game is a lot of fun. I enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to seeing what extra stuff they put into the game. Mm-hmm. And now we're going to talk about... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Two more things before we talk... Well, one more thing before the ending. Project XCloud, which is going to be traveling over into the next console, which is how they closed out the... well, they didn't close it out with the console. Anyway, XCloud looks really cool. It's going to allow for Xbox, any Xbox, to basically become its own server for streaming. Now, personally, when it comes to streaming between the PlayStation and the Xbox, streaming has never been simpler on the Xbox. Literally, you get the Twitch app, you go on the Twitch app, you click broadcast, you click go, boom, you get the little box on the bottom or wherever you want the box that says you're recording, it goes there, and that's it. You get your viewers. The one thing I wish that Xbox would do that PlayStation does, but Xbox doesn't, I want to clarify that. PlayStation lets you know when you have comments. Xbox literally, and you don't see but you know what? That's another plus. Xbox, you don't see the recording box. PlayStation, whenever you get a comment, it pops up on your gameplay. And I know a lot of people don't like that, and that's why they mute it completely. I wish there was a way without anyone seeing it on screen for Xbox to notify you when you're getting comments, or at least some form of seeing comments other than having Twitch running while you're playing the game. But that's a minor gripe. Honestly, it's been easier streaming on Xbox than it has been on PlayStation for me. The little extras and whatnot don't matter. I truly enjoy streaming from the Xbox. It's smooth. Ending the stream is smooth, and I wish certain games would go on Xbox One so I could stream them. I know that there's still a problem with Portal 2. I'd love to stream Portal 2. I'm waiting for that thing to start working where you can stream that game, because I would stream the hell out of Portal 2 if I could. But anyway, the XCloud is going to be an amazing addition to playing wherever, whenever, and however you want on Xbox, from PC to console. And who knows, because Project Scarlet was announced. Project Scarlet is the next Xbox coming holiday 2020, and it is going to be not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 times stronger than the Xbox One X. And the Xbox One X is about 2 times stronger than the Xbox One, period, allowing 4K. This new Xbox, whatever it's going to be called, Project Scarlet, is going to go up to 8K, 100 plus frames per second. The games are going to be spectacular on this console. And you know what? This sold me on the Project Scarlet. I will say right now, after seeing the Xbox conference, and I know we still haven't heard anything from PlayStation about PS5, but we are. Whenever they do their conference, they are going to drop info on PS5. But I gotta say, Xbox, whatever Project Scarlet is, more than likely going to be picking that up if I have to choose between the two, which most of the time we don't. We got the PS5 and Xbox One when they released.
Yep.
So we don't have to really think too hard or worry. But let's say explosions happen and you can only get one console at release. Xbox, whatever Project Scarlet is, will be that console, because I like what I heard from Xbox. I like that, I liked what we saw throughout the whole conference. I like their presence at E3. I like their presence when it comes to the people. And also, now this is take it as you will. I called this, and this made me a little mad though. Halo Infinite, which was announced 2.5 years ago, is going to be the launch title for Project Scarlet, whatever the new Xbox is. Literally, the game that should have been done last year is being withheld another year and is going to be a launch title for the new Xbox. To say I'm not a little bit upset, I'd be lying, because I've been waiting for this new Halo game for 2 years now, and I had a feeling after last year's conference, when all we got was a teaser, that, especially knowing that PS5 was right around the corner and Xbox was going to answer them with another console as well, I knew, in my heart, I knew that if Infinite did not drop last year, and it did not drop early this year, it was somehow going to be held off until they got the new console. Lo and behold, here we are. Infinite is going to be a launch title. Now, Xbox can make this right and release an Xbox One version and an Xbox, whatever Project Scarlet version is. They didn't say that they weren't going to release it on the older console as well. However, they didn't say they were either. So, if it only comes out for the new console, that's a little jerky in my opinion, because people have been waiting for this game. But flipping it and looking at it from a sales standpoint, it will get sales for the Project Scarlet as well, because Halo fans are going to want this system.
Absolutely.
So on a business standpoint, brilliant. As a player standpoint, I'm a little disappointed because I wanted one more Halo game before Xbox One was retired. My other hope, and I'm pretty sure we won't have to worry, all the games are ported. Like, we still are able to play our older games on the Xbox, whatever Scarlet is, but I don't think that's going to be a problem, because even the Xbox One allows you to play Xbox 360 and Xbox games on it now. So backwards compatibility when it comes to Xbox, I'm not worried about. As far as PS5 goes, they keep flip-flopping between yes, it's going to be backwards compatible, and no, it's not going to be backwards compatible. No answer. So, Xbox is winning. Xbox, this console era, I was PS4 over Xbox One. Last console era, I was Xbox 360 over PS3. The way this next era is turning out, it's starting to look like it's going to be Xbox, whatever Scarlet is, over PS5 possibly. Just because it looks like Xbox is really trying to gain back all the people they lost through the Xbox One era. Honestly, they started gaining me back when they started becoming backwards compatible. But at that point, I already had so much invested in the PS4 that most of my games ended up staying on PS4. But at the same time, Xbox is really trying hard to keep their fans happy and to bring fans that were unhappy back. And I got to give them credit for that. And they're not the only company that's been trying to bring fans, old and new, back. We're going to be talking about that next in the final part to this E3. We're going to be covering what I'm sure all of you know or could deduce by now, and that's going to be the Nintendo Direct that dropped today for us, probably yesterday for all of you watching now, because these videos are going to probably be coming out on Wednesday. So stay tuned where we cover the Nintendo Direct, well, the Nintendo E3 Direct next. Again, feel free to leave your thoughts about Xbox in the comments below, PlayStation, if anything you'd like that we talked about here, anything that we missed from the conference you'd like to talk about, anything you'd like to say that we mentioned that we liked in the conference. Let your voice be heard. That's what the comments below are for. This is a community. We all talk. That's where we talk right now, is in the comments or the Discord. If you'd like to join the Discord, link is in the description below as well. I got to start talking about the Discord again because I feel like I keep forgetting to talk about the Discord. There is a Discord. Link in the description below if you'd like to continue the comments beyond, or the conversation beyond the comments in this video. Feel free to join the Discord. It is an open Discord, a safe place where everybody and anyone can talk about anything and everything. And of course, like I said, it being safe means it is a nice community of people. Thank you all for being here for this part. Stay tuned tonight for the last part, and that is going to be Nintendo Direct. See you all there.